It's October, we all for the scary stories, girl, and this is a scary one for sure. So this story time about the time I dated a Mayo Sapien. Stay tuned.
Big Booty Productions.
So yeah, to tell the story is a lot, so girl, I gotta take a shot. I gotta take a shot. That was nasty. I don't even got no chaser. We gotta hurry up before my hair melts. So, boom. Growing up, I went to predominantly black schools. Before college, I had never really met white people like that, especially not white people my age. I had never really had conversations with them. Of course, I had white teachers, but I just did not ever meet or come in contact with younger white people around my age. Like, that had never been a thing for me. Like, I had no clue. So when I got to college, it was a really big culture shock. I always wanted to, see what it was like on the other side. Well, I'm out of breath. It's because it's a shot. Let's set the stage. So this is around the time I'm in my sophomore year of college. I went to school in Phoenix, Arizona. And if you know anything about Arizona, you know all the people the pale skins live there. Yeah, the Cullens. Yeah, we're going to call them Cullens. Okay, so we have to give this person a name. We're going to call him Pizza Hut. It's a good name. It's perfect. Me and Pizza Hut, I met online. He hit me up. We was talking for long enough that I was like, okay, I feel comfortable enough to meet him. But I wasn't gonna meet him off campus or anything like that. I told him he had to come on campus and we had to be public. And when I seen him, he had swag. Now this wasn't any just Cullen. Remember, the Cullens are the pale skins, all right? He wasn't just any Cullen. He was like, he had a little flavor to him. And it wasn't that much flavor, but it was a little flavor that I wasn't used to. I had been culturally shocked into meeting some of the regular Cullens, and I didn't like them. But this Cullen, he wore a Jordans, okay? He wore a True Religion jeans, only True Religion jeans. He listened to all the same music I listened to, knew every word, all of that, which would eventually be his exact downfall. But anyway, so we go on this date, so it's cool, it's a cool little date. He leave and we're good. So he texts me right as soon as he get home or whatever, and I'm not answering because I'm talking to the girl who was my best friend at the time, and this girl plays an essential role in this story. So we're gonna call her Texas, and that is a perfect name too. I'm coming up with the good names. Anyway, we're gonna call her Texas, and me and Texas had been best friends since 11th grade. And I'm gonna do another story time on Texas because that girl need a whole story time to herself. Anyway, I'm at my dorm, and me and Texas, we dorm together, we room together. So I'm telling Texas about how the date went. I'm like, oh yeah, da da da, I went like this and yada da, like, oh, and then he dressed like this, yada da. I'm like, oh, yada da, But I'm not paying attention to my phone because I'm sitting here talking to Texas, who was my best friend at the time. I just want to tell her the story about what's happening. First red flag, literally after the first date. And I just want to let you guys know, to be real, I really didn't date nobody until I got to college. Crazy. I had high school boyfriends, but they don't really count when you think about it. They don't. And I didn't do anything with them. We didn't go through no emotional nothing. So I don't really count them. My first official boyfriend was the white boy, which is embarrassing. So don't tell nobody about this. But anyway, we're talking for hour and 20 minutes. Mind you, like I said, I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not on my phone. So I finally look at my phone and I see this man blew me up. Okay, Pizza Hut blew my phone up, and I'm looking at my phone why he called me so many times, why he messaged me so many times, what is up with him, what's going on, what's the problem, did he get into a car accident, da, da, da. So I open the messages, I'm reading, and it's hello, you're not gonna respond, did it go bad, you don't like me, da da da, oh, you really not gonna respond. He was getting mad because he had texted me that he had arrived home, and initially I didn't respond. So he was okay, I'm gonna just text you tonight, da da da, because you probably went to sleep. Before I started talking to Texas, I had posted something on my Snapchat. I had posted a picture or a video or something, whatever the fuck, of me in Texas, and in the dorm. And he was oh, you could post on Snapchat, but you can't text me back, and da da, acting crazy. Now, me being stupid, right? Me being dumb and young, I thought it was cute. Oh, you kind of crazy. I liked it. Young Drayden was dumb. So I was oh my God, babe, calm down. I'm right here, why you tripping? I'm not going nowhere, babe. I got you. Like, calm down, like, babe. So I hit him. I'm like, why you tripping? Like, bro, relax. Like, me and my best friend was just talking. I was telling her about the date. You know, my bad. I wasn't near my phone. Blah. So he like, oh yeah, my bad. And you know, he kind of just like blows it off, and I kind of like blow it off. I kind of like ignore it because, like I said, like I thought it was kind of cute. I'm like, oh, he already acted crazy over me. Baby girl, he's a Cullen. If I could go back in time and talk to young Jaden, because girl, this is so embarrassing to even talk about. I'm not even gonna hold you. But anyway, okay, so at this time, me and Texas were best friends. Like I told you, me and her have been best friends since 11th grade. When I was getting close to the dude that I was dating, Pizza Hut, she started to, you know, feel some type of way. Like I was leaving her out and like I wasn't including her as much. And I understood that. So I wanted to make sure I included her. So I would invite her. She would hang out with us, and it wouldn't be just dates. Like we would all be hanging out low key as friends, and we all became like really cool. And it was like, we was like a little close knit group for like a tiny second. Like it was for a second. It was really fucking brief. During this time, he was like, oh, let me give you your number so I can hit you whenever Jaden don't answer her phone, or whenever like I'm trying to get in contact with y'all and I can't reach y'all. Like either I could call her or I could call you. I told Texas straight up, do not give him your number. And you know what she did? She gave him her number. Now, I had no suspicion that it was going to be any like cheating or nothing behind my back. Like I never thought about that. Like that never crossed my mind. That wasn't the reason I didn't want her to give him her number. That wasn't the reason. The reason was because if you miss a phone call, a text, if he just feel randomly in his soul that you are not giving him enough attention, he will blow you up. And I felt like he would do that to her. So that's why I told her, I was like, listen, you see the way he be blowing my phone up, don't give him your number. I also told the Cullen not to text her too. I also told the Cullen not to call her too. So both of them was wrong in this, right? So let me tell y'all what these weirdos was doing, because both of them are weird. Imagine, right? Imagine you get home and you just want to chill with your best friend, right? So you acting normal, even though your annoying ass white boyfriend, we can't say white, even though your annoying ass Cullen boyfriend is getting on your nerves, you don't want to take that out on your best friend. So you're like, you know what? Me and my best friend haven't had a long time. I just want to hang out with my best friend, and I just want to hang out with her. And then she sits next to you and is repeating your business to you. And you're sitting there and you're like, that doesn't make sense. So you already know I was hot. Like, why are you repeating my business to me? So immediately I'm like, no. And for the longest time, I didn't even know this was happening until she accidentally slipped up and told me my own business. One day, me and Pizza Hut get into it. I'm getting tired of him. He's getting on my nerves, bro. And I'm like, oh, you're weird. Get out my face. I'm starting to feel like in my heart, this is not worth it. And then it's also coming between me and my best friend at the time. So I'm like, bro, this is definitely not worth it. I don't want to lose my best friend over a Cullen. One time we have a problem, we're getting into it, and he hits Texas up. This time she didn't agree with him at all. She didn't agree with him. She thought his behavior was weird and she didn't like it. She didn't condone it. And she told him straight up. This made the Cullen very mad, and he was very salty. I forgot what it was, y'all. This was literally like 4 or 5 years ago. And so they got into it and really started going back and forth, right? And I really don't even know all of the little argument that they had or whatever they had. Like, I don't know, because they're texting each other. I was reading their text messages. It was long paragraphs, long essays. I didn't want to read that. I was already in class. I didn't want to have to take another class on two people who shouldn't have been having a conversation in the first place. So they end up getting into it, like to the point of where they do not like each other anymore. The next time I see Pizza Hut, he's like, don't trust Texas. She said this, and this, and that, and that. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about, right? So I go home and I talk to Texas, and Texas like, don't trust the Cullens. You can't trust the Cullens because he said this, and this, and blah, blah, blah. I'm sitting here like, y'all beefing right now when I told y'all to stop talking to each other, so y'all kept talking to each other. And then exactly what I said was gonna happen happened. And now y'all want me to be in the middle of your fight because y'all don't fucking listen and y'all wanted to text each other like weirdos. So at this point I was like really done with both of them. They were both getting on my nerves. I needed time for both of them. So I really stopped like being around Texas that much, and like I kind of was giving her the silent treatment, even though we were in the same whole room. We had pushed all our beds together to be like close to each other and everything. Like I stopped talking to her for a minute, and I also stopped talking to the Cullen for a minute because he was just getting on my nerves, like irritating. Like, so at this point I'm getting very tired of this relationship. I'm getting very tired of my friendship with this girl, because that wasn't the only thing that I had been through with her, and now you want me to pick a side about y'all shit. No, I actually don't care about what happened. Don't tell me about it. Y'all just don't need to hang out with each other, block each other. Like I said the first time, don't talk to each other, and y'all just won't hang out with each other no more. I don't even really know what happened, y'all. Like, they told me, but I don't remember. Because that's how much I didn't care. So I had my distance for them for about like a week or a week and a half or whatever. So fast forward to the next big fat thick red flag that this Cullen. I can't believe this point in my life, y'all. Like, this is probably bottom of the barrel for me. It will never get no lower than this. Y'all are really gonna judge me. I don't even want to say this. It's so embarrassing, y'all. All right, let's get into this next red flag. Yeah, honestly, this next part is very trifling on my part. I just want y'all to know I was dumb. Okay, I was dumb, and I thought I was in love with this man. This was the next straw that really brought us to the end of our relationship. And I skipped over a whole lot of stuff, but this right here was the big one. So like I said, this boy, he was cute. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, he was cute. I would not have looked his way if he wasn't. Let's be real. Top tier Cullens or none at all. And honestly, at this point, 0 out of 10, do not recommend. I would not recommend this experience or suggest this experience to anyone in my skin coat. One day we in a car, and like I told y'all, he loved to listen to all the same music that I listen to. The music that I listen to is either R&B. Actually, I have a wide variety of music, but at this time I was really listening to a lot of hip hop and a lot of R&B. And so one Young Thug song came on, right? I think Young Thug had just put out a new album or something like that. So we in the car jamming to Young Thug. We just he was the type of Cullen to know all the words to the song. At that time, that was rare. Okay, now they be knowing all the songs because of TikTok. So him knowing, I was like, oh, that's cute, that's attractive, I like that. So we in the car, we singing and then, you know, in rap music, they say the N-word. So I'm rapping and I say it, right? But I feel in my soul that he had said it. Now at this point, I already had a talk with him because his weird best friend, who was, let me describe this boy. Me, I am 4'11", and I'm not even 5 foot yet. Okay, me and this man were eye to eye. That was his best friend. So he was a 6'3" Cullen, and his best friend was 5 foot. I'm gonna say 5 foot because I feel like he was maybe an inch taller than me. Black boy, grew up in Arizona. So that should tell you a lot. Honestly, I'm so sorry if you grew up in Arizona, but y'all be different. And I only know that because I was in Arizona for 4 years for college. He was the type of black boy to let his white friends say words that they should not be saying. So I'm like, I turn the music down. I'm like, did you just say the N-word? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, did you just say the N-word? He was like, okay, sorry, my bad, So, of course, I went up on him. He used to say I slipped. Yeah, there's no explanation for that. He said it. I heard my best friend at the time, Texas had said that he said it. And then his best friend told me that he lets him say it. So I'm like, oh, so he be saying it. But he had never said it to me. So we're getting into it. I'm like, that's fucking weird. You're a Cullen. Why would you even want to say that? Your best friend is black. I'm black. Like, I'm your girlfriend. Like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? I'm like, bro, take me back to campus. I don't even want to hang out with you. So I'm at this point done, like through or whatever. Texas had blocked him, so he couldn't reach her. I wasn't talking to him. So when I tell y'all, this man was blowing my phone to pieces. He would not stop calling me, y'all. And this, I didn't even know how to like handle it if I was being real with y'all. So I literally just cussed the man out and I blocked him. He had somehow got onto my campus. It's a horror story because honestly, me hearing this back, it sounds terrifying. Like, I'm so glad that I came out of this situation all right, because this is not even the end. Okay, so he got onto my campus and he apologized, blah, blah, blah. He like met me outside of my classroom and I just broke up with him. I didn't want to be with him no more. You're crazy. You cry too much. You blow my phone up too much. I'm not really feeling this, I'm not really liking this, and I don't like you. School is about to end at this point. Like, we have been dating for like around 7-8 months, so school was about to end. We were about to go on summer vacation, so I was about to come back to California because I would travel from California to Arizona to go to school. So I was like, I'm about to go back home. I don't want to date you. It's about to be summertime, girl, finna be outside, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be with you no more. So I broke up with him. Now this is where it gets freaking crazy. The first thing he starts doing is blowing up my phone. He's blowing up Texas phone, this other girl phone who I don't even know how he got her number, but we was her friend at the time. She don't even need a name because she's irrelevant in my life and in general. Calling us from no caller ID numbers and just blowing us all up consecutively, right? So he's blowing us up so much we can't even use our phone. And you guys remember, like, an iPhone, when somebody would call you, you can't like just slide up and continue to use your phone and ignore the phone call. No, like, it would take up your whole phone and you could not ignore the phone call, like, at all. And he would just constantly call me and constantly text me, and it was just like giving harassment at this point. And I'm already feeling bad. I'm feeling horrible. And it was the beginning of me not being Texas friend no more, right? Actually, it wasn't the beginning, but this was like the peak, right? At this time, I'm going back home with Texas and her family. Texas family had came to pick her up, and me and my mom had made arrangements for me to ride back with Texas and her family when we were coming back, right?
Jaden, I swear on everything I love, if you don't answer the phone, I'm gonna off myself. I'm going to run into the side of the freeway, and it's gonna be your fault.
You're gonna what? Oh, you're crazy. I'm freaking out because, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be the cause. I'm young. I don't know if somebody does that to themselves. That's not on me. And if anybody ever says that to you, it is not on you. That is not your responsibility, and it is not your fault if something like that ends up happening. It is very horrible for somebody to do that to you, especially it messes with your mentality, like, a lot. Like, it really messes you up. So he's calling me. He's like, I'm gonna do it, I swear. And he's like, I'm driving right now. And he puts the phone outside the window so I can hear the wind as he's driving. He's like, I'm driving really fast, I'm gonna do it. So I hang up on him and I call his mother, right? Now, I had a relationship with his mother, but I didn't really like her. I had a relationship with his father, didn't really like her either. The only person I really did like in his family was his auntie and his cousins. They were pretty cool, but his mom and his dad, no. Anyway, so I call his mom and I'm like, Pizza Hut is talking about he's gonna run himself into the side of the freeway because I'm breaking up with him. So you need to call him because he's talking about doing some crazy stuff to himself right now, and I'm not gonna be responsible at all. And she goes, oh my God, Jaden, like, you need to stay away from him. Y'all relationship is so da-da-da-da. I'm like, actually, lady, your son is crazy. So don't sit here and try to play with me because you know your son is crazy. Don't try to blame me. Your son is insane and it's your fault. You raised him this way. Stop playing with me. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna call him on three-way and see what he says, right? She was like, because I don't believe that. He's not gonna do that. That's not the kind of person he is. Like, and I'm like, I'm telling you right now, he is calling me, blowing me up, telling me that he's gonna off himself. He's gonna do it if I don't answer and pick up the phone and talk to him and get back with him. That's what he's saying. She's like, okay, I'm gonna call him on three-way. Don't say anything. Yo, his mom put us on three-way, right? So she's like, Pizza Hut, Jaden telling me that you talking about running yourself off the freeway and running into a wall because she breaking up with you and she don't want to be with you, and y'all been fighting a lot and she don't want to date you no more. And so he's like, what'd you say, Mom? And she repeats it, right? And he goes, Mom, she's crazy. I don't know what she's talking about. Why would I do that over a girl? If she wants to break up, we could break up. I don't want to be with her like that. And all this different just stuff. And I'm on three-way like, wow. I am shook at this point, y'all. She tells him, she's like, okay, honey, like, I believe you. Just be careful. And tonight I'm making whatever for dinner. She hangs up on the phone with him, right? He hangs up. She doesn't hang up. He hangs up. And she's like, yeah, see, like, I knew he wasn't going to do that. That's not what he does. Yeah, you just need to stay away from him. I say, no, lady, he needs to stay away from me. I don't want to date him no more. I don't like you nor your family. Don't talk to me. Don't call me, none of that. So I hang up off her because why are you trying to make it seem like I'm the crazy one? Your son is the crazy. Why is she telling me to stay away from him? No, he needs to stay away from me. Fuck. Ugh. I'm disgusted with this whole entire story. I'm so grossed out. So then he calls me back, right? And he's like, Jaden, I swear to God, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm speeding up. I'm going 100 miles per hour. I'm like, Pizza Hut, your mom had me on three-way. I know she just called you and you told her you wasn't gonna do that. He was like, why would I tell my mom I'm gonna do this? I'm serious. I mean it. I'm gonna do it and it's gonna be all your fault. Oh my God. So I'm like, okay, at this point, I can't even really tell if he's telling the truth or if he's not telling the truth. I'm leaning more towards he's not telling the truth. I don't think he's gonna do it. So I hang up on him, right? And I call his best friend and I tell him what's happening, right? And this is finna be the end of the story because I've been talking for a minute. I got way more. So if y'all like this story time, leave me a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I'll give you guys some more. And I hope I did a good job telling you stories. I'm really bad at this. I'm gonna get better, I promise. We'll just give his best friend a little cute short nickname, Shorty. And so I call Shorty. I'm like, yo, Shorty, your best friend's tripping. He over here talking about he's gonna run himself into the side of the freeway, crash his car into the side of the freeway because I'm breaking up with him and I don't want to be with him anymore. And he's like, bro, what? You're lying. I'm finna call, bro. He hangs up on me, right? He's like, click, and he calls Pizza Hut. So he calls Pizza Hut. I have no clue what they talk about because I was not on three-way with them. And he calls me back. Shorty calls me back, and then he's like, yeah, like Jaden, he is tripping. I don't know what time that dude is on. So he was being real with his friend. He just wasn't being real with his mama, right? So he was acting crazy with his friend. He's like, yeah, I don't know what type of time that dude is on. He's acting crazy. I don't know why he's acting like that. I've never seen him act like this before. Da 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 da. I'm like, bro, what? And so then I'm like, okay, like, he's like, I'm gonna call you right back. Like, I'm gonna try to figure this out. Hold on, I'm gonna call you right back. During this time, I guess he's ignoring his best friend's call and he's calling me. So I answer. He's like, if you leave me, I'm coming to California and I'm gonna find you. I'm like, you sound stupid. How you gonna find me? I never gave you my address. He's like, I don't care. I'll go through all of California. I know that you live in LA, so I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, go search all of LA. I don't care. Like, waste your time. You're never gonna find me. And so he's like, man, I'm gonna run to the side of the freeway. I'm gonna do this and it's gonna be all your fault. And you can't leave me and da da da. I'm like, wow, like you're actually crazy. Like, I could not believe what I was hearing. I could not believe that I was actually in that situation. And I literally just had a realization that the dude I was dating was a Cullen. Like, I woke up and realized what was happening all of those months, for 8 months, that I was dating a Cullen for 8 months. I don't know what I thought I was dating, but I didn't think it was a Cullen, but it turned out to be a Cullen. Anyway, he's like, I'm gonna call you back. Shorty keeps calling me. So I'm like, whatever, I don't care. Never call me back, actually. So he hangs up and he's on the phone with Shorty. And so Shorty calls me and he's like, Jaden, I don't know why bro is tripping like this. I had never seen bro act like this. I'm not even sure what to do. There's only one thing that I can do. And I'm like, what is that, Shorty? He's like, I'm gonna have to make up a story to him and I'm gonna have to make him believe it. And I'm not gonna tell you what the story is. You're just gonna have to believe it. And he will leave you alone and that'll be the end of that. Like, after I tell him the story, he's gonna leave you alone. I promise you that. I weighed the option in my head. I could either ask him what story he's about to make up and care, or I could ask no questions, let him hang up the phone, tell this Cullen of whatever made up story he wants to tell about me, and then continue to go on my life and have this man leave me alone forever. So I clearly chose the second option. I have no clue what Shorty made up about me. I have no clue what story Shorty told Pizza Hut. No clue to this day. Shorty told this crazy man a story so crazy that he never called, texted, hit me up again. The man was crazy. He was on stalker level, S-class stalker, top of the class. And this man, Shorty, who is the hero of this story, honestly, told this man such a crazy story that he never tried to talk to me again. He blocked me on everything. I blocked him first, but he blocked me on everything. Disassociated, did not try to hit me up ever again. I ended up seeing Shorty in public like a couple of years later. But yeah, that's basically the end of that story. That's how that ended. It was kind of crazy, kind of anticlimactic when you think about it. Over the years, I've thought about what Shorty could have possibly said, and I feel like it has something to do with the fact that Shorty said I was trying to come on to him. Yeah, that's the end of that story time. Yeah, I had a crazy white boyfriend from hell. Oh, a crazy Cullen boyfriend from hell. Excuse my language. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry. Like, we do not belong together. Yeah, that's the end of that story time, y'all. Yeah, literally relationship from hell and friendship from hell. I'm gonna do a story time on that weirdo too. So yeah, y'all, thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button because it helps your girl out. So make sure you help your girl out, and I will see you guys next time in my next video. Mwah. I forgot to mention, for one, Okay, I have my old phone, and look how old this phone is, y'all. Like, this is old phone. This is the only reason I still have any of those pictures or videos or anything like that. And when I was dating him, I had this phone, so I have all the old stuff in this phone, and that's why I have all of the pictures and videos. I'm looking at them now, and I'm grossed out. Embarrassing. Anyway.